Today we're covering everything about French drain pipes, the right pipe to use, the mistakes that cause failures, and we are settling it once and for all which way those holes need to face. Stick around because what I am about to show you after 35 years in the field will genuinely surprise you.
Why'd the French drain go to therapy? Too much water. I wish I would have saved more of this pipe, showing how much mud and debris was in this pipe, just the way they went through and did this project. The main thing they did on this, no matter how you want to turn the holes, they literally just put this back in dirt. There was no gravel whatsoever to speak of. There was a little bit, but not much. And that's the main reason this pipe and this whole system was a total disaster. But look at how filled. If I can hold this. Now this has definitely got roots, but let me get this up here where you can see. Look at how full that pipe is. There was about 30 to 40 feet, well, let's say 60 feet of just totally filled pipe of just total mud. I mean, it was just completely solid. It was pretty amazing. That is the worst drain I've seen probably ever. And so that is the main reason this house was getting water in it. There was just nowhere for this water to go. So what we've been working on in this thing is dug it all out, and we're basically starting over. Now we have waterproofed the wall. We've got it all, and we put 2 coats of waterproof on this wall. So we should have pretty good seal there. But now let's talk about the perforated pipe and non-perforated pipe, the difference in corrugated and actual PVC. So I'm going to give you some stats here of how many gallons per minute it can handle at different slopes. So we're going to go through, I'm going to give you 3 to 4 different slopes, and that changes how many gallons per minute it can hold. Now I did this on a 100-foot run, so that'll give you kind of a rough idea. It'll be easy to divide that out. If you've got a 10-foot, you can do the math. So, but this will give you a good idea of what kind of slope you need to deal with and all that. And that's what I was going to do on this video today, is go over all the different things that we've got that's going for us on sewer and drain pipe. All right, let's go through and talk about the difference in the PVC corrugated pipe or the PVC solid pipe. So now the interesting thing looking at this chart, let me cheat here and read this off to you. PVC solid pipe is 50 gallons a minute at a 1% slope. If you're doing a corrugated pipe on a 1% slope, you're only getting 20 gallons a minute. So that's a very minor slope. So now if we move it up to 2%, we get 65 gallons per minute on the 4-inch solid PVC, and the corrugated pipe will get a 25 gallons a minute. That is a huge difference. Now, this is the one thing that I really found the most interesting about everything. A solid PVC pipe, sewer and drain, you get 50 to 100 years expected life. All right, so here is the 4-inch sewer and drain pipe. So this is a 4-inch sewer and drain pipe right here. The solid. There you go. Solid. Perforated sewer and drain pipe. So that's why it's so important to make sure that we keep the sediment out of these pipes and keep all that stuff exactly the way it needs to be, because you could have a very long lifespan. Corrugated pipe, now this is very interesting, and the reason corrugated pipe gives us so many problems is it has all the ridges. So every one of those little ridges, kind of think of it like a sediment. It's, you know, it just basically is going to pick up any sediment that's in the water. It's going to slowly catch in those little ripples. Yeah, ignore the weed in the middle of this, but this is the corrugated pipe with the slits. So if you look right in there, it's got slits. So this is a corrugated. Now that's without a sock. You cut your lifespan down to 10 to 15 years. Is that not amazing? So now in future videos, we're going to go through fabrics, different types of fabrics we use around the pipe. We're going to go over gravel. But each one of these, we're going to go into an individual video, a deep dive, and try to figure out which one's best for each situation. Well, I'll tell you what, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this. If you wouldn't mind doing a like and subscribe, that would be great. Okay, here's the big one. I've heard every angle on pipe direction that there is. Some people want to lay a pipe upside down, let the holes be in the water. Some people want them up. Now, there's several things that I feel that's just a little different. Let's start with the bottom. I think basically you're just asking for trouble in the bottom. Even if you have all the gravel, you have all your sediment, you have everything exactly the way you want it, I just don't think that's going to be a good answer, because sediment on the bottom of a ditch is going to naturally set at the bottom. And before you know it, you're going to have debris covering your holes. So that's the reason I would never do that. I just wouldn't do that. Now, the second option is having it up, and that's a fine option. But what you're going to find is, just natural, everything that's going to, from the ditch, as sediment comes down, it's going to go right into your holes of your pipe. Well, that is another issue that I really think that'd be not the best situation. Now, but that's better than upside down, personally. The way I do my pipe is I essentially turn mine on a 90 degrees. So I run mine parallel to the ground, facing the house. The reason I do that is that any sediment that's going to catch gets into the pipe, it's going to settle down on the bottom, but it's not going to cover your holes. We're blocking any top dirt from falling in the holes. And we also, if we put the pipes towards the house, there's less debris going to build up from the gravel moving that direction. And that'll leave our holes exposed as long as possible. And so that's the way we do it. And because any time that mud's going to start working its way around, it's just going to take longer to get to the house side and then push back into the pipe. So that's the way we do ours. I hope the guys like this. I hope this helps. I'll see you on the next one.